Salvete discipuli. Third graders, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe during this time and know that I'm praying for you. So let's begin with prayer. Discipuli oremus. Pater noster, qui es in caelis, sanctificetur nomen tuum. Adveniat regnum tuum. Fiat voluntas tua, sicut in caelo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimitte nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. Amen. And third graders, I know we've gone through this line by line and we've translated the entire Lord's Prayer, but I'm going to say it for you in English too, just so you can hear those words again and remember that when we say the Lord's Prayer, we're really praying. Our Father, who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. All right, so third graders, today is an exciting day because we are moving into chapter 2. Capitulo secundo of our Latin book. And so we are going to begin learning about a familia Romana, a Roman family. But before we jump into that, we have a new word of the week. Our word of the week this week is the word feminine. And we've used this word a lot in Latin class, because it's one of the 3 genders that we have in Latin for our nouns. So we have masculine, feminine, and neuter. And we know that feminine means relating to being female, but not all words in Latin that are feminine are female. For example, insula, island, is feminine, but islands aren't really female, are they? But feminine can also be used to describe people who are female. And so, feminine, our English word, it actually comes straight from the Latin word femina. And do any of you have a guess? What do you think femina might mean? That's right, femina means woman. And we can see that this would make sense, because to be feminine means relating to being female. So femina in Latin means woman, and that's where we get our English word feminine. All right, we are actually going to jump right into translation. But before we do that, I want you to take a look at the top of the second page of your Latin lesson plan. And as always, it would be a great idea to have that lesson plan out in front of you as we're going through this together. So if you don't have your lesson plan printed, this would be a great time to pause the video, go print your lesson plan, and have it in front of you as we're working together. So hopefully you have your lesson plan now. On the top of page 2, I have a picture that I took from our Latin book, actually. And I can go ahead and I'll show that picture to you from our book as well, for any of you who maybe don't have the lesson plan still. Here we see Familia Romana. We see a Roman family. And we see here in the middle, we have Julius, and then we have Aemilia, we have Marcus et Quintus et Julia. Julius est pater. Aemilia est mater. Marcus et Quintus sunt pueri. Julia est puella. What does that mean? Well, we're going to jump into translating today, and you are going to find out all of those new words, and you're going to find out who this Roman family is. And then notice these people off to the side as well. Who are they? Sira et Delia et Davus et Medus. Take a look at this picture, and I want you to see, what do you notice? Who do you think these people are? How are they related, or are they related? So go ahead, take 30 seconds, just look at the picture and see what you notice. For any of you who don't have it. All right, well, we're going to jump into translating and find out who these people are. So we're going to start with number 1 on the second page. And as we translate, you're going to notice some words that are unfamiliar. And this week, I purposefully didn't put in a vocabulary section before translation because I wanted you to be able to figure out what the vocabulary means as we're translating, like we would usually do if we were in person. It's harder when we're not in person, but hopefully through the video we'll be able to still do that together. And if you still need help with the vocabulary after that, I'm including all of the vocabulary and the definitions on the answer sheet, so you can go ahead and look there. So sentence number 1, we have Julius vir Romanus est. Julius vir Romanus est. What do you notice about that sentence? So we have Julius, we have the name, that's Julius. What else do we notice? We have est here at the end, we know that's is, so Julius, that's the name, remember in the picture, is vir Romanus. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at that picture again. It's in your lesson plan, like I said. Julius is right here. Who do you think he is? What do you think it might mean? What is this word vir? V-I-R. This word means man. So we have Julius is a Roman man. Great work. Go ahead, write down your translation. And we'll notice here that the word vir, V-I-R, even though it doesn't end in US, what gender do you think it is? Man, vir, is masculine, right? Because men are masculine, they're male. So this word vir is masculine, so the word Romanus, the adjective, is going to match and also have a masculine ending, right? Because our nouns and adjectives always match in gender and number. Great work. Number 2, Aemilia femina Romana est. What do you notice about that sentence? What's familiar first? Let's start with that. Well, we know est means is. We know Romana means Roman. And femina, wait a minute, didn't we just learn that word? We just went over femina in our word of the week. Femina means woman. So we know that we're talking about a woman. And then Aemilia is the first word of our sentence. Who is Aemilia? Aemilia is the one standing over here. So we have Aemilia is a Roman woman. Go ahead and write down that translation. Aemilia is a Roman woman. And here we see femina. What gender do you think that is, looking at the ending? That's right, femina is feminine. And we just talked about that because it means woman. So it makes sense it would be feminine. And we see Romana is matching. They're both singular and they're both feminine. Great work. Number 3, Marcus est puer Romanus. All right, let's take a look at our family again and see who is Marcus. Marcus is right here. So what do you think they're going to say about him? They said that Julius is a Roman man, Aemilia is a Roman woman. What do you think they'll say about Marcus? Let's see. Marcus est puer Romanus. So Marcus is a Roman what? What do you think puer might mean? That's right, a Roman boy. Marcus is a Roman boy. So we see that puer means boy. And what gender do you think puer is? just by looking at it. Look in the sentence. What gender do you think puer is? That's right, it's masculine. Even though it doesn't have that US ending, puer here is masculine because it's talking about a boy who is masculine or male. And then we see here Romanus, this us ending, because our adjective needs to match our noun in gender, both masculine and number, both singular. So make sure you go ahead and write down your translation. Marcus is a Roman boy. Then we'll move on to number 4. Quintus quoque puer Romanus est. Quintus quoque puer Romanus est. What do you notice about that sentence? So we have Quintus. Let's remember who Quintus is. Quintus we can see right here, right next to Marcus. So who do you think he is? We have Quintus. We see quoque. What does that mean? Also, Quintus est is also puer Romanus. What did we say puer meant? What do you think? We just used that one in the last sentence. Go ahead and see if you could write a translation. All right, third graders, what did you get? We have Quintus is also, est quoque, a Roman boy, puer Romanus. Just like the last sentence, puer here is masculine singular, and Romanus has this us ending to match. Okay, our last sentence, we have Julia est puella Romana. Who is Julia? Let's take a look. Julia, we have Julius, remember? The man, Julius is a man, Aemilia is a woman, Marcus et Quintus sunt pueri, they're boys, and Julia est puella Romana. Who is Julia? Go ahead and see if you can translate that one on your own and see from context if you can figure out what does puella mean. If puer means boy, puella might mean what? Go ahead and see if you can translate. Are you ready, third graders? Our last sentence, we have Julia is, from est, a Romana girl from puella. So puella means girl. Just looking at it, what gender do you think puella is? Masculine, feminine, or neuter? That's right, it's feminine. You can see this A ending, which gives us a clue. And also that puella means girl, and girls are female or feminine. So we can see puella and Romana match here in number, both singular, and gender, both feminine. Make sure you write down your translation. And like I said, all of the answers are in the answer sheet as well as the vocabulary. There are definitions there. So until next time, third graders, Walete disipuli.